right, so Travis Brown, Horror Movies Uncut, Submissions and Slashers podcast, Austin Film Festival, Fantastic Fest. You know where we're at right now, folks. We're talking to the director of Your Lucky Day, which is this amazing film that I actually got a chance to see. I'm not going to say anything about that.
You've seen it before me.
You're supposed to tell people that stuff. I also have the star of the film, Jessica, in the film too, which I can't give a spoiler alert, but I'm trying to figure out how you're the star of the film. But because there's a very important part that you play in the film. But here's the thing that I have to ask Dan right off the bat. Yeah. What's the craziest lottery story you've ever heard? And did you, by chance, find any of these zany, wild stories when creating Your Lucky Day, or was this something kind of organically? Because for me, this movie was made by my grandma. She was at the lotto every single day. Okay, so I want to know where you got the idea for this film from.
Well, I don't really. I mean, I think it came from a bunch of stuff. I know I grew up in Nevada, so just like gambling and seeing sort of most people don't win. The house wins, you know. The whole town is a tribute to the people that actually win.
For sure. I'm gonna scoop this over just a little bit.
So maybe that's a big part of it. And then what else? What else would be my big thing? I guess it just sort of, and then just an interest in sort of fate and like a way to talk about fate. And luck at the same time. And kind of, it just feels like it in that weird way. Like it's like fate in reality, right? Where like it's really gonna happen, someone's gonna win, but then it's, you know, it could be anyone's game.
Do you feel like it's important that we constantly have films like this in film festivals? Like, this is not a horror film, it's not really an action film, it's more of a dark comedy, I would say. Do you feel it's important to have these films in these festivals because it kind of shows the evil we do as humans?
I would say yes.
Okay.
But that's self-serving for me to say that, but yes, I would say it definitely should be.
Okay, and Jessica, tell me a little bit about how your role came to be in the film. How did you get introduced to Your Lucky Day? How did you meet Dan? What was the whole process for you getting in the film?
A very classic story. I received a self-tape request.
Okay.
Put myself on tape, and I don't remember how much time had passed, but it was a few days, and then I did a chemistry read with someone for, you know, my baby daddy, and that wasn't quite right, so we weren't sure, how it was gonna turn out, and then one day it was like, you know what? Dan wants you to be a part of this. He wants you to be there. Can you trust him? Can you do it? And I was like, absolutely.
Awesome.
Like, for sure, Dan is great. His past work is great. The script is on the page. I had known Angus Cloud was attached to it, and he was a huge draw for me. I had seen him on Euphoria, and it was one of my favorite things about that show. And it was a pretty easy decision to just go for it and trust. And then I was on a plane the next day, and then we were shooting the next day.
Straightforward. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I thought you were in LA for some reason.
No, I was I had just moved to New York City.
So let's talk about the city. When you're making a film like this, settings are very, very important because they become a character itself. So this little convenience store, which, I mean, every single neighborhood has a bodega convenience store. Tell me a little bit, like, was there some place in particular that you guys were envisioning for this setting, or was it just kind of like a luck of the draw, hey, this place works out, it's affordable, we gotta do what we gotta do?
It was definitely like envisioned. I think I originally probably wrote the script because there was a bodega around my house.
But
then as a script and whatever, like I had a bunch of had a list of things that needed to happen. So like that kind of became a hard thing to find, and so we ended up having to build we found like a little. It was a warehouse.
Okay.
Been like I think an illegal weed grower.
Okay.
When I moved, I don't know if it still smells like weed when you went in.
Still smells like weed right now, probably.
But when we walked in the door and opened it, and there was it was like a.
And where was this filmed at? Like,
it was in LA.
It was in LA. Okay.
This movie set in Miami, but we shot in LA.
Okay.
But anyway, so we went in there for the first time, there was all these extra walls for no reason, and then it smelled like weed, and they didn't say why the tenant had left, I was like, it's because they were just...
there was something going on that probably wasn't. It was his lucky day. New buyer.
So we came in, knocked down some walls, and then just sort of put up a little bodega, but it had all the right things. It had a back alley and a thing, and we were able to sort of make it into a few things.
Oh man, it looked spot on. I mean, you would just assume it was something right out of it. It actually looked very East Coast, which is why I was really curious of where the setting was for everything. So, do you guys have I'm curious, do you have a crazy person in your family who's addicted to the lottery, that's always playing the lottery, or you guys, these people, because there's a lot of money that's been going around lately, and you see some people. I think one of the best things about your film is you show people who normally would not be involved in a lottery situation playing in the lottery. So curious too, like, do you have like a family member, or because like I said, that would be my grandmother. She would have called out all the numbers on the screen.
My father-in-law used to buy, like anytime it was over a certain amount, it definitely over $100 million, he would buy a lottery ticket. I think that was part of maybe even the amount of money was also like just that general like. Maybe most people don't play, but as soon as it goes over 100,
that Powerball number,
they go crazy. So I think it has like that, like just built in.
That's great.
So I think that's just like I don't know.
Jessica, what about you? Anybody real quick in the family?
Nobody that is crazy about it. There was one recently in New York that had, I think it might have reached close to 2 billion, 1.9, and me and my boyfriend were like, okay, well, we got it. Like, we gotta run up to the 7-Eleven.
When they say, this is maybe a useless trivia. I know so much about the lottery. I will admit to that.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
But they say, like, from a mathematical standpoint, if it's over like 250 million, it's worth whatever you spend. Because
it all adds up to what you're putting into it. Yeah, that makes total sense. Man, you like to jump into the world of the lottery is insane. I want to ask you guys one last thing before I go, and thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. The movie's great. I think people are going to enjoy it through and through. Well go, and everybody snagged a good one with this one. Do me a favor. Tell me something, Dan. First you, and then Jessica, you. What would you like people to take away from your lucky day after they see the film, especially the big screen that's going on?
I mean, right now, I think, who knows what it would have been. I think, for me, I just hope, I think with his passing, like, I hope that they take away that he was really great in this movie. And I think, this person, it's self-serving, I don't want to tell you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I think, like, he's great in the movie. And I think I was really, like, so excited about him in this movie.
Okay.
And what it would do for him. Hopefully, you know, who knows, that this is all, like, too pipe of a dream for me to, like, oh, he got this other part. But I feel like, you know, he did the movie for a reason, and it's not a lot of money. It was a little movie, and I think he wanted people to see it. So, like, I want people to see it and see how much he could have done. I think, like, he does a lot. Man. He really carries this movie, so I feel like.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, Jessica, what about you?
Well, that's a great answer.
Yeah, fantastic answer.
Because it's so true. He's phenomenal in it. I think first I want people to have fun. You know, I think that's always what we want, and a great movie is one that is fun and one that leaves you thinking, leaves you with maybe not questions, but just like internalized introspection thoughts. You know what I mean? Not in a way that's like super intellectual, because I still want people to have fun.
Right.
But I hope people walk away wondering where their morality lies,
there we go,
and where it could lie if it were tested.
Yeah, for sure. I think you hit it right on the head right there, for sure. So thank you guys so much for your time. People are gonna love this film. It's hilarious from start to finish. You got a little something for everybody in there too. So that's always one of the best things about it. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck with everything. Okay, appreciate it.